for stopping by. I love the little spring bulbs that come up in March and April, and so I've decided to put them in Hypertufa pots this year. I had some beautiful Hypertufa pots that are fairly deep, and I made those for saucers earlier this year. So I have decided to make 2 more and pot up a couple of the groups of bulbs that I've got. So join me and we'll see what we can do. Now, first of all, of course, what do we have to do with our Hypertufa? We have to drill the holes. In one of them, I drilled the single hole. In the other, I drilled the double hole. But I just love the veining that the paint created on these holes. See how I painted those in the previous video. So we've got very nice deep bowls for my bulbs. I'm going to put netting over the hole we've put in the bottom. Netting over these holes. And then the next thing will just be filling with dirt. Fill this full of soil. I've got some good, rich, porous soil here. And I have small bulbs. I'm given some pretty decent room for the roots. So you can see we got it packed. Let me get one more scoop for that one. Okay, and one more scoop for this one. I think that looks pretty good. And now I'll go get my bulbs. Okay, now I have some hyacinth bulbs here, and what I'm going to do is just kind of push them into the soil. Now, some may be good and some may be bad, but we're just going to take our luck with what happens. You can see the little rooty edge. These are tiny bulbs, and I don't really know what shape they're going to be in. But I'm going to put all of these bulbs in one container. Oh, whatever. These are kind of a little bit, I don't know, iffy, but you never know. All gardeners garden on faith. So let me get the second package. And they are going to be thickly in this one Hypertufa container. Okay. Oh good, the furnace kicked off. Now I don't have that noise. Let me find the last few. We've got a few tiny sprouts trying to start. So let's hope we get these out here. The roots develop a little bit before the cold and freeze really sets in. And then they kind of just remain dormant until the the days get warmer. And is that everything? Oh, here's one more. Nope, that wasn't one. Okay, now that looks like it for this container. So all I'm going to do, we're planting it twice as deep as the bulb is. These are tiny bulbs. so they're not really going to need much in the top. And I'm just leaving a little bit of area so it will catch water. The snow will keep it adequately watered. If I notice a period where we don't have much snow or ice, I'll just definitely water that. But that one is finished. Okay, I'm going to plant my second Hypertufa dish. Got it filled. My crocus bulbs are bigger and they look a little worse for the wear. Daffodils, I'm sorry, these are the daffodils. They're taller, so I'm going to plant them in the center. They look a little worse for the wear, so I am not sure how they're going to behave, but why waste them? Right now I don't have any other plants for this particular container, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them in. If they don't grow, then they don't grow, but I could luck out getting these on a markdown table and have some pretty daffodils here. And these are those small tete-a-tete. They're very tiny and pretty growing. I have some out there in the garden. Okay, now I'm not gonna let these shavings that the bulbs come in go to waste. I have my black and blue salvia that I had to bring in. It's not hardy. So I'm gonna put all these shavings inside here to try and preserve this over the winter. So again, this may not work, but what have I got to lose? That'll be up on the counter. Now meanwhile, my crocus, I'm using this multicolored crocus, very early blooming. The daffodils are very early blooming, so hopefully they'll bloom together. And I will squeeze these in kind of on the outer rim of the taller plant, the taller daffodil. I think these crocus will be nice. I'll just get them all around. And you can identify the roots, because the roots will look a little bit base with more of a pointy edge on the top portion. I've got two more. I think I'll put one more in that edge. So there we are. And I just need the soil to put in on top. These are a little bit bigger bulbs. I'm going to fill this slightly a bit fuller. And let me press that down. And there we go. And I'll water these and then we'll put them out and let them get a little bit of growth on them, hopefully, before the freeze sets in. Okay, and we're just going to water these in. Make sure they get a nice drink, because the soil does need to be moist for them to start trying to put out roots. We're taking a chance on these. They weren't in the best shape, but we're going to see what happens. I think I will water them, and then tomorrow morning I'll put my fingers in them and see if it's dry and maybe need to give them another drink of water. But otherwise, they'll just be out in these October rains and have a chance to grow before the snow hits. And I'll have pots outdoors of my bulbs. Well, thanks for joining me today. And join me next spring when we see if any of these start to sprout. But I really appreciate you watching the videos, and come back for more. I'll have another one soon. Thanks for watching.